Hello, everyone. It's me, Chrono JJ. We're back. More Age of Mythology. You can never get enough of Age of Mythology. And here we are back with another first round matchup in the Freyja's Blessing tournament. And it's Soup versus Ulysses. First round, a best of three. If you haven't seen the first matchup yet between Matrius and Shelty, recommend you go back and watch that because probably at some point I'm going to spoil the results. So go back, watch that first, then watch this, and then watch all the other videos too. But first, let's take a look at the brackets. What are we looking at here? We are looking at brackets. This is the brackets of our little tournament here. We're back. And this is what we're looking at. We've got yet to stream Chemo versus Tiger Boss in the first round. A good old King Chemo versus a little bit of a newcomer. Tiger Boss, I believe he hails from Turkey. Uli is not from Brazil. He's from Chile. Shoot. Learn new things every day. All right. Ulysses is not from Brazil. He's from Chile. And I am, and have been, I guess, wrong for a very long time. I always thought he was from Brazil. All right. Well, we will need to find a Chile flag in case Ulysses wins so that we can have it ready for the next time. So my apologies to Ulysses. He is from Chile. So if you are from Chile or a fan of Chile or you like Chile, I love Chile, be a fan of Ulysses. And anyway, Moore versus Nolus. Unfortunately, Moore was unable to play in the tournament, so Nolus does get in a mid-win, and we already cast Matrius versus Shelty. So let's get right into this next game or series. Soup versus Ulysses. I do agree that a 2K EE player is not 2K and Voobly. How much would it be? About 1650, I think. Ish. But we are not here for the EE versus Voobly battleground. We are here for Ulysses versus Soup. Thanks everybody for watching with me on this fine Saturday night. I hope things are going well for you. It's going great for me. I'm here. Age Mythology and you guys. What more could a guy want? Boom! Thor versus Oranos. We've got Ulysses from Chile playing Oranos in the red color on the top right. And our player on the bottom left, Soup as Thor. Hmm. Thor. No Odin. It's Thor. Boy, this villager has missed 2 shots. Good thing she's guaranteed to hit on her third. You guys should be able to see the game. Should be able to hear me. Should be able to hear the game music. And let's not forget our unit and villager and all of this. So we can see that we already have hunting dogs in. We have pig sticker, which is plus 20% dwarf and gatherer bill rate. So all total we get plus 30% plus 20%, which you would think means plus 50, but when it comes to villager animations and carry capacity, it's no technology does what it says here in the plus 20%, and that's something you can get into a whole other time. We do have the Dwarven Gold Mine used right away. That might make Boit sad if Boit's watching, because our good friend Boit likes to see Dwarven Gold Mine be saved for a rainy day, and I'd have to agree with Boyd on this one. Your Thor playing Oranos. Early aggression as the Oranos can be very scary, and a forward gold mine. So yeah, using the Dwarven gold mine right away in Archaic Age will help you age up a little bit quicker. But I would question that it might have been more useful to save it. Might not even matter. We'll find out. As we have plus 15% building hit points from the nose of a Sphinx. We do have a pretty nice hunt pack down here. Some gazelle and then a lone zebra. Monkeys, not so much. And not a lot of giraffe. So this is actually very similar to our other Savannah that we saw in the first matchup between Sheltie and Matrius. Or not a large giraffe pack. Sometimes these babies can go all the way up to, I think it's at least 10, if not more. You can go all the way up to like 10 giraffe. I think it might even be a little bit more than 10. But we just got 3. So, low hunt spawn for Savannah. We do have a pair of golden lions here. It's actually not a bad relic. The problem is your Oranos probably isn't going to grab it early, and your fat hearse here is never going to make it up here and back, so you're never going to grab it. And oh, we got a little bit of a swag at Temple here, a little bit some rotation. Soup's got, hoping he can confuse the enemy with a rotated Temple. I don't know why, but the game just looks so wrong when the buildings are facing the wrong way. Like, this, in my mind, is not a temple. It's something completely different. We're playing a modded version of AOM right now. This is not a temple. This really confuses me. I don't like it. So Soup should not do that anymore. Ulysses going for the 430 age up. A little bit slower than the 430, more like the 438. And Soup with a quicker age up, actually, up through Forsetti. That's normal. What is blasphemy? The fact that I don't like this, or that Soup did this? I don't like it. It just drives me bonkers. The only thing I dislike more than this is when people rotate the map and leave it like skewed when they're playing. There's a few people who stream and play that way. I think Odin King's one of them. I can't watch him because of it. He loses one viewer because of that. We also see these wall segments coming up without wall chips. If I were king of the world, or I hosted a LAN party, I wouldn't allow this. It might not seem like much here, but there's a lot of abuse you can do when you do this, where you create a hotkey for your wall segments, and I don't like it. See, very aggressive longhouse placements here. I think Soup basically is going with, well, I already used Dwarven Mine. My gold mine here is pretty far open, so I'm just going to play aggressive. And if I win the early fights, then it doesn't really matter where my gold mine is. I'd like to see the ox cart kind of nestled a little bit better. You could put the ox cart, move it right up here. That's karma he gets for making the temple this way and this wall segment like that. I don't like it. The downside, as being Thor instead of Odin, is that you don't get really good scouting. So these villagers, if Soup were, I think he just saw them. Yeah, he saw them but didn't notice. If Soup were Odin, he would not have allowed this hunting to continue. And Soup is instead going to go sit on the gold mine. So this very early aggression is going to be very important right now, where we've got the aggression on the gold mine. There is an army for Ulysses over here, but a lot of some idle citizen time, which we've got Ulysses at 10 gold, but these, oh, taking some town center fire, randomly attacking a, oh no, losing, this isn't a good start for Soup here. Lost a lot of HP, really not doing much damage with his army, and he's just slowly losing units down here in the bottom. And now this is a little bit better that the raiding cavalry came down, but a little bit disjointed on that hero. But yeah, this is where you're going to see the difference between Oranos and Kronos, where just the extra movement speed that the Oranos gets is just so big. And now these citizen are... Where are they going? All the way up here. So yes, Soup sees this gold mine, and he is sensing blood in the water. Question is, can he win the fights? Well, with these 4 units over here, got a pretty decent shot. I would like to see probably a shockwave pushing the throwing axe. Right now, shockwave. Oh, a little bit late. A little bit late. He's only going to get a couple. That could have been so much better. Just a little bit sooner. Could have pushed this throwing axeman all the way up here and probably killed all of them. So in the end, not a great shockwave. A shockwave for like 2 or 3 units is not value. And that's very important because now we've got a shockwave on, I don't know, what is the cooldown. So yeah, we got about 4 minutes before the next shockwave. Ulysses is from Chile. So says Mateo. Uh-oh, this citizen, though, is on the wrong side of the gold mine, and she is down for the count. And we got the... oh, watch out for this, though. You got raiding cavalry all over your Terma. Ooh, this is some good pressure from Suppe. Nice to get the Vil kill. The other thing that this does, the pressure here, that it's easy to forget, is it allows this. I don't know where these... okay, yeah. Go. And this. It allows the Thor to hunt. Yeah, he's not using Healing Spring. Like, there's a lot here to heal. Because you might as well use it, because if you lose the attack, you lose the game anyway. So he might as well just put it right here, because if he loses this spot, the game's probably over anyway. And Ulysses does know about these few villagers. He's going to send what this is very good. Just a few units, that's all you need. The rest can defend, but this villager, another pick. Oh, man. We got throwing axemen down here. Though look at how low hit point these Vermillo are. Wow. And this is a large army sitting on top of Ulysses' base. But we do have this raid up here, and these villagers think that safety is way up here, which it is. We're kind of right now, this is the safest spot in the map for Suppe to go. But there's just, what's he going to come up to? Oh, look at this. This is a good sneak. Suppe does not know about that gold mine. Don't want to lose the ox cart. Because then these villagers kind of ran all this way for nothing. Oh, nice. A lot of damage here by these raiding cavalry. Need to get the Ulfsark out of the way. He's slowing things down here. Ulfsark out. Raiding cavalry in. The one thing that's really cool about the troll is his regeneration. Heals for 25% of damage dealt. That's really cool. I'd like to see this more often. I'd like to see another unit with this, only like it's more extreme. Like, again, another unit that doesn't have a lot of HP or something, but when it attacks, it like heals up. This is a fantastic... yes, against the, let's see, he does, yeah, ×2, or plus 200, so it's actually ×3 against Myth units. Really good for the troll. They heal so quickly. Now, I will say, well, this is a 3rd citizen pick. How did this one get way down here? So 3 citizens dead. But, anyway, I distracted myself. Suppe should know that gold is being gathered elsewhere, because he's still seeing troops being trained. And this gold mine has been empty for quite a while. And wow, we just got medium cavalry and medium infantry in at the same time for Suppe. Those are some good technologies there. I don't know why he's not turning and fighting this. There we go. There we go. Nice little movement there. We've got Valor coming in. Now we have a couple citizens back on the gold mine. This is very interesting. Ulysses does not have to put units here on this gold mine. I think he's maybe doing that to make it look like he's all in on this mine and not anywhere else. It's a good little play here. Gotta watch out. You gotta save your trolls. So a nice little movement. Oh, it dies anyway. I like that movement. For no avail. Oh, here comes the healings. Yeah, let's use it now. So Soup got pushed back. I think because he put 600 resources into technology, because he got medium and medium, which that's 600 resources that could have been put into an army. And so it's one of those decisions you have to make, and I don't know what the right decision is, other than this is the wrong decision here, losing some more raiding cavalry. But the decision you got to make is, do I train units, or do I get the line upgrades? I'm sure there's some sort of like mathematical formula to determine when you should do what, but I don't know it. And these villagers are going to get attacked again. Soup kind of not noticed. Just get out of here. Just go. Oh yeah, he's busy telling his units what to do. We do have a tower being upgraded, and little things like this can decide a game. Like, you can play so well everywhere else, then something like that can just be the end of the game. Nice to get these raiding cavalry. This Hero Ballista in a terrible spot. Super expensive unit to go down just like that. That's not good for Ulysses. And again, a lot of pressure still on this gold mine. And another Hero Ballista. Oh man. That's over 200 resources for each Hero Ballista. And this one too needs to watch out. Can he sneak away? He might be this villager. She's gone. A little bit of, you know, this too is annoying. We got these houses going down. Soup is at 75 of 65 pop. Like, he's 25 pop down right now with all sorts of resources in the bank. And he's at a very dangerous point here of, he's going to lose his army. Like, he thinks he's in a good spot, which he is, but he can't. Oh, shockwave. But he can't replenish right now. He's housed. But he needs to be really careful here. I still to get the raiding cavalry in on the Tundra and the throwing axe, and we're shooting at the Armillo. Once these last heroes go down, no more valor. The trolls will be really good. Yeah, we need some houses for Soup. He's still winning the fight here. But he needs to take care. Okay, there is a hero. Oh, there's only 11 hit points though on that hero Marmillo. On the gold mine. Hand axe, no pickaxe. Well, he has gold aplenty anyway. Come on. Ooh, Ulysses, you're normally better than this. Ulysses is one of those players. He's very good. He's a player that has improved a lot over the last couple years and has recently won some pretty big tournaments. So he's a very good player. Soup has been around for quite a while. He was gone for years and came back maybe 3 or 4 years ago now. Very good player as well. A little bit, just a little bit reckless, I think, would be maybe his downfall. But in a way, though, if you're gonna play Norse, you kind of gotta be reckless. I mean, that's what they do. Now, Soup is starting to think that there might be something going on. He should know, like, if you pathed here and the raiding cavalry run around the corner, yeah, that should tell him that there's something important right here, because they can't get around the walls. Yeah, you're right. You're Norse. You gotta be reckless, but it'll win you some games. It'll lose you some games. I would love to see these trolls get upgraded, just because I like to see them with 2 heads. Ooh, but Soup's almost, he's out of food now, so you're at a scary spot. Yeah, and oh man, these Hero Ballista are just getting ramrodded. I'm actually not sure about these Hero Ballista, if they should have even been made. Because what are they going to kill? The throwing axeman? You might as well just make Tundra anyway. And this villager, down goes another villager. The raiding cavalry here will live for a while because we do not have crenellations. And, oh, one more shot. 3 hit points left on that thing. But, yeah, I don't like the Kiro Ballista in this situation because there's not enough infantry, I think, to make them worth it. They might as well have just made a few Terma. But yeah, the trolls will carry now because there's no more valor charges left. So Ulysses will be paying a premium for any new heroes, as we see trying to build these towers, but it was a thought a little too late. Also, no crenellations anyway, and these trolls will do some work now. No heroes. And look at these bad boys just tossing rocks left, right, and center. Just the only thing we need to see. Another head on these guys. That'd be so awesome. You know, I honestly don't even know what the technology does, but I just like it because it adds another head. I'm good, Ozone, watching these recorded games, spoiler free, from a tournament a couple weeks ago. And I think Soup's got this because we've got 500 gold left in the bank here. But as I said, out of food, so Soup is at a position that a Norse never wants to be in, which is having to farm his way to heroic age. Because that takes a ton of resources to do that. Yeah, the problem for Ulysses here is he lost some units, like citizens, that should have just sat in the manor. Shouldn't have lost a couple of citizens. And big fight here though. But again, no trolls, so like you can't fight this. Or no heroes, I mean. You got trolls. You can't fight against it. Yeah, Oranos can play recklessly. The problem here is I feel like the Kiro Ballista was just a terrible decision. And now we've got Ulysses realizes if he defends, he loses. So he's got to attack. You know, forget his base. I just got to go. So that's what he's doing. He's just attacking. He's killing dwarves here. He's killing dwarves up here. What little does he know, though, is that Soup has 2,100 gold in the bank. So if he loses a few dwarves, it doesn't really matter. And no, there is no upgrade. Wall goes down right away. This tower is almost gone, and so was this one. So again, the villagers are pushed off of gold, and Ulysses is stuck with no gold. If he could trade, like if we had some trading, he would love to get his hands on some of Soup's gold. But Soup's is not going to allow that, and we just saw 2 more citizen kills trying to get to this gold mine here, and that didn't work for him. And we do have, though, this raid down here in the bottom, and it's doing some work. It's just that Soup has just stockpiled so much gold. Like, these raids really aren't doing anything. And we are going to see some Villies sneak over to this gold mine. I love the walling here. Love the walling because now you don't have to have an army to defend this. Not J-Pit, you can be reckless against Egyptian. In fact, that's how most Atlantean win against Egyptian. Well, not most, because there's kind of 2 ways to play. But you can be reckless against the Ra that just mechanically goes to town center fast heroic every time, because you can punish that gold mine and then just sit under that. Who cares about the tower fire? Just over and over. But yeah, now the Murmillo are going to have to get out of here. Putting up a tower is Soup. And has quite a score lead here. And I don't know how Ulysses is ever going to kill all of these trolls. Another nice raid on the gold mine. We have Murmillo's coming to defend, so it'll be defended. We got here. If one of these doesn't become a hero, this troll's going to win this fight. I mean, he heals himself. We got a villager helping out. Look at her go. Must be best buds with this troll or something. Yeah, you go, girl. Yeah. And oh, yes, 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 yes. Show me it. Show me it. Show me the death right here with these trolls. Get it? That's not as awesome as I would have hoped it would have been. But it's still pretty cool. All these Murmillo are just gonna poof. Bunch of magicians here just disappear. So the villagers didn't disappear like I hoped, but these Murmillo sure all went down. So, whoo-wee, the Murmillo got wrecked. But we still got. I mean, these villagers are dying anyway because they're just going to the trees. So they all died anyway. So 1, 2, 3, 4 more citizens dead, and Ulysses. One sneaky little villager over here. Very sneaky. 2 more sneaky villagers way down here. Well, yeah, I mean, Sky Passage at some point, maybe when he reaches Heroic Age. You can't go into this. How are you going to kill these trolls? Just funneling units into their death. I don't know. What do you think he's going to do? Just kill the ox cart. Oh, no. Not a very good job of killing the ox cart, though. So what he did is he just path clicked or right clicked right on the ox cart, which just sends the first Murmillo to attack it, and then the ox cart runs away. So what he should have done is run up so that he surrounded the ox cart and then attack it. Would it have made a difference? Probably not. But I don't know. Stone wall, here it comes. Yes! North stone walls in the Classic Age. Yeah. It is old school. I mean, Soup is part of the old, he's not the old school, which is Salska time period. But Soup's been around for a while. And finally, he got a Hammer Troll. What's it do? Plus 50 hit points, plus 2 range, plus 2.4 pierce damage. That's a good tech. Wow. I gotta say this and make Norse players really mad. The buff that the trolls got in the most recent patch to make them faster, I think it's a bit too strong. Because trolls are in the scenarios that they're good in, they're so good. And this is a scenario they ended up being really good in. And Ulysses, no chance, has to tap out. And that is a GG. Yeah, I see. I don't know. The trolls, the speed buff, I think it's a little. Whatever. We can argue that for days. But on the flip side, is it nice seeing this? Yes, this is awesome. I love this. This is Age of Mythology. What do we have? A whole bunch of myth units. The Hammer Trolls. Look at these dudes. They're so ugly when you zoom in on them. Look at these guys raising their fist to the sky saying, "We win." Thor destroys the Oranos. What a game. Awesome. Love it. I'll tell you a situation these trolls really suck in is against Greek. Because Odysseus or the ranged hero just kills them all. And against Egyptian also not so great. But in this situation where the Atlantean runs out of heroes, game over. Just like that. Let's take a look at our game over screen here. Lot of dead villagers for Ulysses. Yeah, you can't really see it because of the way Atlanteans work, but a lot of dead villagers. Had an economy here, but Not the gold. Not the gold. Velocio with the follow. Thank you. So this was the first game of the series. So let us give Soup his well-deserved victory. Really well played by Soup. Man, I love these games. It's been a while since I've done some tournament game recorded games, and they're fun. I like this. So I need to now get the next game here between Soup and Ulysses. I gotta try to make it so I don't get spoiled. Very tough. Very tough. I have my browser in like this big of a window so it doesn't show the results in order for me to be able to download this without seeing the result. So, in fact, I will also take off my glasses. That way, if I accidentally see the result here, I won't know what it is. So, because I can't see diddly squat with my glasses out. So, all right, we have downloaded it. Cuddy Danks with the subscription. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate the support. And it really just appreciate you guys being here. I say this pretty often, but streaming is kind of my. I mean, don't streaming's my happy place. The end of the day, happy place for me. Not that the rest of my day sucks because I love my family, and for the most part, I'm okay with my job. But it's nice at the end of the day just to be able to sit back, relax, watch some other players play a game that originally came out in 2004 for the Titans. It's just fun. I really enjoy it. And Oranos, I saw that you said that you do have the COVID. So hope you are healthy. Um, if it makes you feel better, I've had COVID twice, and here I am. But I know that COVID has resulted in tragedy for a lot of people. So I do hope that you get through it without any lasting effects and stay healthy, my friend. Stay healthy. Very important. All right, let's get this save game into my save game folder. So helping out with the stress. Yeah, it's just the fear of the unknown. You never know what that COVID's gonna do. All right, we are ready. Do I want to play? I gotta do this next game. This is a best of three. We've got at least one more game, if not two. So Soup takes first blood against Ulysses. I would have predicted, I should have been doing this before. I should have done it before. I would have predicted Ulysses to win this series because I think lately Ulysses is the better player. So this result surprises me and a fun game. Really well done. We want to see blood. Like me losing? All right, you guys should be able to see the game. We are into our second game of this series. This is a best of three. So let's see what is next. We are back. Game number 2. You guys should be able to see the game. It's Ra. Soup's playing Ra against Ulysses Oranos on Alfheim. Ra versus Oranos on Alfheim. And who is Oranos? It's Ulysses again. And Soup, I do believe the rule in this tournament is that when you win with a god, you have to switch. So that's why we see Soup changing. He's Ra. So I'm thinking, I wonder who would have picked which map. I don't know. Not sure. I find it unusual, given that it's a 5 in-base elk spawn, that he didn't get hunting dogs. Because you're against Ra, you're going to get all of your hunt. And it doesn't take much for hunting dogs to be worth it. So, to me, this should be to everyone. It's a mistake not to get hunting dogs here. I don't know why you wouldn't. Because you know there's going to be at least 2 more hunt packs. And even though the hunt packs are pretty bad, I mean, it's only 3 deer and it's only 5 caribou. Hunting dogs is still going to pay off. A lot of cows, you're right. Because what does the raw player have to scout for? He did get a relic, plus 5% pierce damage for archers with the toothed arrow. And speaking of it, look at his pharaoh. It's me, Chrono JJ. So shoot, I guess I have to cheer for Soup here, because the pharaoh spawn is yours truly. So here he goes. Now he splits the cows like this because he's preemptively scared of shifting sands. So he doesn't want the shift to come. Now, unlike the Oranos player here, who should be getting hunting dogs, you don't necessarily need to get hunting dogs as raw here. I'm also not a fan of going to this hunt pack, especially not with the pharaoh. This is a long way to travel for 450 food. And your pharaoh, who, again, the math is not on his side. He is empowering with, wow, 256 age up. A sub 4 minute. Did he want to? Okay, so he didn't sacrifice Seville. That's a very fast age up. Yeah, I would consider it. It would be tough to get your Wadget all the way there. Or if your Pharaoh, like if you send your Pharaoh forward and it doesn't work out, it's a huge error. I have to say, so Ulysses is going all in aggro on this. Look at this gold mine. He's not gonna pressure this. He tried to get a little too cute here. I don't know why you would play this way. This is why he didn't do hunting dogs, is because he wanted to age up this quickly. But I don't know if this is ever worth it, because you're just doing it blind. Again, I don't like the use of the hotkeyed wall segments. Not a fan. So maybe I gotta cheer for Ulysses here. But this is doing nothing, because sure, he might be able to kill the tower, but what does the tower protect? He's not even gonna be able to get to kill the water. I don't even know if I want to say how he does these walls. It's really pretty simple, because in any event I would do, I would house rule this as not allowed. I'm not a fan of it. There's so much abuse that can be done like that. You can do. We all know that Age of Mythology's pathing isn't great. You can really exploit it. You have a random shockwave, and yeah, I don't. This is a tough map, the way the map spawned Ulysses. But yeah, you can destroy pathing and how the game works with walls. I don't know though if you, Mr. Monkeys, really care what I think, or if you would be able to do this in my events. But like I said earlier, if I were king and I somehow had a ton of money and was hosting big land tournaments, if this would not be allowed, and if Soup did this in my land tournament, I'd toss him. But there's no rule against it, you know. It's really, I have reasons for why I don't like it. But there's no rule against it, so it's not like he's cheating. You know, there isn't a rule against what he's doing. Harmonious necklace plus 10% gold gather rate. I don't know why the Pharaoh didn't collect this one too, because he scouted it. This is a phenomenal relic for Ra. And yeah, Ulysses. He went in blind, hoping there would be a gold mine that he could take advantage of. In the end, Soup got the best gold mine you're gonna get on any map. Backside of the base, flanked by 2 towers. You even got a forest over here. Like, it's a tough draw for Ulysses, but he's kind of created some additional problems by doing what he did with his strategy. Because he went all in on aggression blind. And he's going to pay the piper for it too. We did see that Ulysses got the Pygmalion statue, which makes his villagers gain 64 hit points. It's a phenomenal relic, both for him and the and the Ra player. But the reason why I don't like what Ulysses did is without hunting dogs and the quicker age, the 4-minute age up that doesn't accomplish anything, he's far behind where he should be with economy. Okay, did get two villies there. Circle around. Plow. No husbandry, it's all you need. How would I turn on the counter so we can see who's got what economy? Yeah, Ulysses just... like his town center grabs are... because of the way he played this, they're just a little delayed. And the timing is so huge against Ra. You give Ra an opening. Because Ra has this point of weakness early. An early heroic age. But if you aren't ready to hit at that time, Ra just takes off. And I'm not sure if Blue, being Ulysses, is going to be able to get his economy rolling in time. Because there's about to be... let's have husbandry. There's going to be some chariots and camels just roaming around the map pretty soon. It is a slow age up. Ooh, he went Hathor, then switched to Sekhmet. This is going to buy Ulysses a little time, because this Soup behind the scenes must have done a pretty rough build order, because to be aging up at 9 minutes is a little slow, given that he really didn't have a lot of pressure on his economy. And I think it's because he went all the way here. The walking time here and the walking time back, you lose. Yeah, no, I agree with you. The in and out with Terma, like, you don't go max pop Terma because you need to grab town centers, otherwise killing villagers doesn't matter. What he should, you get like 10, 11-ish Terma. It's enough to one shot. Is what you want to be able to do. And I don't know if I really like this because he's losing his units sitting underneath tower fire. We see the Scarab up, and we've got Prometheans that aren't going to give much value. See, this is what you have to be watchful for. This should not be happening. There's no way this should happen. The Migdal should not be able to get built out here. And it's because his army's out of position. Like, who cares about this? We're gonna have a shifting sands on the base, I think, at some point here. That's what Soup's got to be doing. But yeah, this shouldn't be happening. This is where the Oranos army is a little bit behind where it should be, and also is in the wrong spot. I mean, this Migdal could be prevented, or we could force the shifting sands or something. But in the end, there's nothing. Like Ulysses' timer is way off. It's 11 minutes. He has to know that the gold mine's gone and the raw player is going to go get gold. Instead, he's I don't know. And here's the shift. The 6 Terma. It's a good shift. That's 6 units. What are we talking here? We got a shockwave onto the scarabs. Yeah, the Terma are totally in a timeout. Oh, they kind of... The one warped through the tree line there. Good for him. Really wanting to get these scarabs down. The thing is, without shifting sands, I don't know if you need to be scared of the scarabs anymore. Oh, you got the camels coming in. Camels don't trade super well into this. Let Chrono JJ live. But yeah, I mean, Ulysses just all over this town center when this was the prize. I mean, he could have prevented this. And now you got double Migdal. He doing nothing about this now. Nothing. Can't win these fights though, because actually Oranos' classical fight against the Ra is it's a pretty decent fight for the Oranos, because the Terma can get on the chariots. And the Murmillo do really well against the camels. So like Suppe's taking some pretty bad fights here. And this is pulling Ulysses back into the game. That's a lot of resources that Suppe just fed. Yeah, it's decent until siege towers are what you need. No. Chrono JJ, don't die. Oh, he's got it. Oh, the villager stopped him. This villager's a traitor. Kill the villager. Toothed Arrow, still carrying that relic around. Yeah, well, there are no siege towers, so what's the point? You know, it's good. So, man, Ulysses could potentially get on this town center. Like, this now here, right here, this is where the battle needs to be. This is where Ulysses needs to go, because if he can keep Suppe at 2 town centers, he has a decent chance. It's an if, a big if. But at this point, you know, he's got 3 town centers to 2. If he's able to stay at full pop, he should be able to win fights. Now here, that's good enough. Okay, he's retreating. Almost if I'm him, I'm coming down here. I'm building this thing right now. I don't even know if it's worth it. I mean, actually though, the quick Tartarian gate would be pretty good too. There is a scarab there. But no. Where are these going? Like this is worrying me a little bit, because at this point your raids don't really matter. I guess he can get on this priest or something. But I don't know if this is what you want really to be doing. You want to come down. I mean, I guess he's controlling this, but I'm a little worried. Look, I mean, that's a lot of Terma. And what did he kill? One or 2 villagers and a priest? I'm not sure. Nice to keep line of sight of that down here. We want to watch that gold mine. You know, I wonder, does Suppe know that's there? It does. Just gotta chop through. This is grabbing a town center. You know, going to Mythic. I don't mind that. Horus is also up. 900 gold left. Where does Soup go from here? Does he go to this gold mine, or does he try to get to this one? All his vills are here. I think he has to come up here. This... The scare of doing that noise against the dryad is it's a nice sound. Soup needs to build this town center. This town center should be up. Or not Soup, oh, Ulysses. And Ulysses should have grabbed this, started building it before he started aging up. Does a scarab do damage if you delete it? I don't think so, because... I think it does, because it still has the same death animation. And we now have Tartarian Gate being used here. Maybe it'll kill some villies and stuff. I'm pretty sure it would, but I'm not a huge fan of this. I think there's better spots to use it. Maybe it'll slow villies down. But Ulysses should have probably put Tartarian Gate here, maybe. And then he could have sat in this gold mine. Shockwave, here comes the Avenger will clear the rest of this up. So, kills villagers. Avenger will clear it up. Yeah, it is weird that he went... He went Hathor here when he doesn't... Or not Hathor, he went Horus here when he doesn't have any barracks. Like... Osiris, given the game state, Osiris would have been better, especially with getting heavy cavalry upgrade. Like, if you're gonna get heavy cavalry upgrade, you got to be going. You should be going Osiris. This town center should so have been up by now. And Ulysses now is taking some bad fights here. He's losing a lot of units because he's not fighting at full pop, so that's kind of what he needs to do. The fire siphon is sniped the man he can't. I don't like this switch into Arcus is very peculiar because they lose to chariots. And they lose to camels. I don't know. A random fact. That was what I was gonna say! I was gonna say that Eclipse gives monuments more favor. You clown. Now I can't say that. Because yeah, most people don't know that while Eclipse is active, your monuments gather more favor. I forget the rate. It's like 15 or 20% or maybe something. But yeah, Avengers is very strong. He's coming in to use Tornado, it looks like. Well, I guess he's using it down here. I think Ulysses threw this game. Getting the town center up here. This should have been built. Wow, that Avenger just destroyed all of these Arcus. This Arcus switch is such a gigantic mistake for Ulysses. It's so huge. They're not doing anything for him. But here's the problem with what Ulysses did. Is he went to Mythic. But he's legit doing nothing with Mythic Age. He cast Tartarian Gate, which was in a very bad spot.
Didn't do a whole lot. Died pretty much right away. Otherwise, he has nothing mythic. He's not making fanatics. He's doesn't have any mythic upgrades. Like, he might as well be in heroic age still. He doesn't even have like heavy Murmillo or anything. Like, Ulysses, I think, is going to lose. And he should have won, given the game state in the middle of the game. It's just, he let this happen. And he did build this town center. If Ulysses would have stayed in classical, or in heroic age, teched up, grabbed this town center, I think he would win. As it is, I think it's too late now. His unit composition isn't what it should be. Little attack here, but a couple mercenaries will stop this. I mean, he's got one fire siphon. And again, these Arcus are just getting mowed down by chariots. I don't know why he's making Arcus. There's no reason to make Arcus here. Nothing. They don't have Bone Bow, but they're heavy chariot against medium Arcus. I mean, this is not good for Ulysses. He's just tossing this game out of here. He's also got a terrible market. Like, he could have taken all the map, and instead he decides to have a pretty miserable trade route. They don't even have the Mythic Age upgrade. Again, why is he in Mythic Age? He's doing absolutely nothing with it. He spent 2,000 resources to cast Tartarian Gate here. First line of the armory upgrades, but yeah, he should have. I guess he's making some fire siphon, and he has siege engineers. But there's nothing. He has nothing to kill the chariots, and a few mercenaries will save the town center. So who cares? The 5th unit. Arcus raid. So the Avengers got a lot of value, but I mean, we're still seeing like a full-on Migdal army, even though Suppe went Horus. But why switch to barracks when there's all these Arcus? You know, you might as well just stay chariots. Adventure here, yeah. I mean, we've got one hit. Blue can win, but we've got this gold mine here and not quite fully upgraded. But again, now we're at the issue for Ulysses. Like, he could potentially push here because look at Suppe. He's only at 140, 160 pop. But Ulysses doesn't have any siege because he's at 160, 160 pop. His population is filled with medium Arcus. Like, he's got a fire siphon trained up, ready to go, but it can't. He's stuck. Who's missing a house? Oh, he is missing a house because he's got the citadel. Here it is. It's right here. Finally, this is, I was gonna say, with Blue having control, he needs to be building this here. But yeah, here comes a siphon. Blocked by the Arcus. Now it can come through because the Arcus moved. Need to see a couple towers here. 1, 2, 3 towers with crenellations. I feel like the fire siphon went closer than it needed to. Maybe not. No, I guess that's 15 range. Yeah, it's gosh, I mean, Ulysses is trying to prove me wrong. But Suppe just can't afford mercenaries because he was so slow to get his trade route going. What in the world is going on here? Remember JJ the Third? This nonsense. Oh, 3 siphons. Now let the now that the Arcus are finally dead, we've got the 3 siphons here. They do some damage. 68 crush. So this says 69, so there must be a percentage. And this town center's going down. Yeah, Corona JJ is going to come back as the 4th. The town center's down. Soup's a little slow to get his trade route going. This is why we're having these issues here. I also would have liked to have seen him where you'd like to have some spearmen with their crazy high bonus against siege weapons. Because you hide them in the town center, you run them out, kill the fire siphons, run back in, run out, and it could have survived. Oh, this Avenger kill the hero. Oh. A lot of value. Ooh. This is going to be the next thing that might cost Ulysses the game, is this absolutely miserable trade route without the caravan upgrade, without coinage. This is terrible. 52 gold compared to 108. Empowered as well. Because you can see now, Ulysses is like, I'm in a great spot. I've killed the town center. I can go. But he has no economy. He's got nothing. His trade route is crap. Like, why isn't at least build a market here? The best trade route would be this corner, but red controls it. So, whatever. But yeah, now I'm worried about the lack of economy for Mr. Ulysses here. Oh. You heard me. Oh, come on now. You can't. See, he thinks this is closed. I mean, he could have just built this market here 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. I don't even know how long he built it. So, like, he's legit costing himself the game with that. Where are the Murmillos? Where are the Murmillos? I'm also not understanding the switch into Contarius either. Chrono JJ the 4th, he's ready. He's back. Gotta get on the Pharaoh. Get on the Pharaoh, get on the town center with your fire siphon. What's it doing? You're giving me a heart attack here. He's shooting at a villager. No! Oh! These are the things that just make you want to punch yourself. Wow. Now here's the sad thing, is people are going to watch this or they're watch the stream and they're saying, Ra's overpowered. Like, that's not at all what happened here. I don't know why Soup isn't repairing this thing. It's like he wants the town center to go down because he felt bad that it got up. What? Huh. Weird game. I guess in the meantime, Soups didn't lose his trade route. So, he got that going. Man, neither player wanted to win this game. I'll give this win to me. Yeah, he's at 86 pop. So, let's sit back and relax a little bit. Well played to Ulysses. In the end, Ulysses says victory is yours across his screen, which means he played well enough to win. That's all that matters. So well played to Ulysses for getting this win. Really adventurous. Yeah, we got a third game here. We're going to go to third game, but I'd like to take a little bit of time and just talk about that. Everybody complains so much in tournaments, regular games, about balance and how balance this, balance that, balance whatever. And you watch a game like this, and these are two of the best players that are playing. I can turn my mic up a little bit here. These are the two of the better players, the best players that are playing. And you can watch this and just see like how many mistakes they make. To the point where balance really had nothing to do in this game, and I would posit, I put forth that balance in most games matters a little bit, but it's the way the players play is what really matters so much more. Like, Soup could have easily, you send one unit over here, send a catapult, blast this down, kill a villager, wall this off. He could have walled this off a long time ago. And then he can trade from here to down there if he really needs to, in which case all of this doesn't matter. Now, I will say, Wander, you talk about Loki versus Gaia. That's a matchup that's we can all agree that Gaia doesn't have much of a chance there. There are some matchups that are pretty skewed, but overall, the game, you can win with anything. The game's pretty awesome. It's fun. There are some, obviously, there's some. Don't get me wrong. It's not balanced across the board, but you can do. Anybody can win with any god. But anyway, now we got to go find the third game here. So this is fun. I did not expect this series to go to a game 3 after what I was watching there. So we're on game number 3. I'm going to have to be very careful here that I don't spoil myself in game 3 because that's really going to upset me. So that's game 1. That's game 2. And let us find game number 3 right here. Take my glasses off so I cannot see. We have just downloaded the recorded game. Let's minimize this, minimize that. But see, I don't think League of Legends is balanced, or maybe that's what you're getting at. All right, 1-1. Yeah. This game, it's not perfect. Balance isn't perfect, but you spend enough time in Twitch chat, and not mine because we're pretty relaxed here late at night. But you go on during the day, and man, it's just balance this, balance that, imbalanced map, imbalanced unit, imbalanced god, imbalanced everything. Yeah, it's just not true. You can tell yourself that over and over, but it's not true. But anyway, that's my little soapbox. It's a stupid soapbox that I just hopped on. We care more about game number 3. Ulysses versus Soup, game 3. Forgot to look at the post game for game 2. Yeah, this economy here, I don't know what happened to Soup's economy. It just should not be like that. You're raw. The economy should be about here, should be going boom, way up. Like SpaceX. All right, game number 3. We've got game number 3 here for you guys in this best of 3. So this is winner takes all in this series. Loser goes home, and we've got Zeus on the left. Ulysses with his Zeus
The color red, because he is out for blood. And on the right, we've got Soup with this very, very trusty Odin. So Odin versus Zeus. Blue versus red. Does it get more awesome than this? Odin versus Zeus. This is a matchup that years ago, long, long ago in a galaxy not that far away, everybody would have said and agreed that Odin had no chance. No chance for Odin. Nowadays, with the patch changes and a little bit of different ways to play, Odin's got a pretty decent chance here, to the point where I feel like you ask Zeus players and they'll say, Odin's too strong. But you still ask the Odin players and the Norse players who are still stuck in the fact that woe be us, we lost for years and years because the balance was unfair. It's still unfair. Is it unfair? Zeus has a bit of an edge overall against Odin. But on a map like Tundra with a lot of hunt, the edge narrows. This is a good matchup. I think though, if you're going to see a snowball, like just an avalanche, you have the potential of the Zeus still just steamrolling, because the Zeus kid's going early with the huge army and just doesn't lose. And then here comes restoration on a full army. Well, now the Odin's done. So you have that potential. You also have a ton of hunt because you have great hunt. The gold mine is in a pretty reasonable game. E versus you with handicap. Be quiet. A lot of villagers on. Oh. Villagers on gold here. Building his temple very, very far back. But yeah, this gold mine. Decent gold mine. Man, it could be here. So that's a good gold mine for the Odin. Because I think that's the easiest way for Zeus to beat Odin yet, is just to come and sit on the gold mine and Odysseus, from afar, just raining down arrows. Just for hours and hours, and the Norse can't do anything about it. And that's the danger you get. But with this back gold mine, this could go either way. You got Aurochs too. Where are the Aurochs? Where are Soup's Aurochs? It's 2, 3, 2. Oh, here they are. Now this is rough though. For Soup is that his Aurochs are on the other side of this tree line. That's rough. It is buried tundra. Buried tundra is harder as well for the defender, because berries, you can't move them to right next to your town center. So that's tough. Kopesh of Horus plus 100% hero damage versus myth units. Kapow. You want that. The other one, Dwarven Calipers. Siege 20% cheaper. It won't matter here. But this is pretty solid here, the Kopesh of Horus. I think either player would be pretty happy to get that. We got Hermes coming in. Hermes. Hermes. I like the Hermes. Because traditionally, you would just see the good old Athena push. That's what I'm trying. It's getting late. But now you see a little bit more of the Hermes play, and now Soup, who went up Freyja, is maybe wishing. Oh wait, he's Odin. Odin doesn't get Forseti anyway. But yeah, Soup's. These Centaur could really, really, really hurt Soup. Because this could be one of those games where he gets pushed off of a hunt. And yes, it is Centaurs. It's because
Odin's heroes are so slow. Was this last week or yesterday? Neither. It was 2 weeks ago. Odin has very slow heroes. The Valk gets bolted. So as soon as she comes into line of sight, the Zeus is gonna throw down the lightning bolt. Kapow! And that's gonna be the end of that. How does Odin deal with sense? It's by walling up sooner than what he did. It's also by going on forward hunt instead of your base hunt. And this is where this map spawn is going to look really rough for the Odin because of where these Aurochs showed up. If these Aurochs are... I don't know if they could have spawned here, but maybe over to here. That makes a big difference. But they're here. And there are no walls yet. And we have Odysseus. We have Hoplites. We have Jason. We have 2 villagers that are about to die. She got to get out of there. And no walls. I think it's pretty clear that Soup did not anticipate centaurs because there's no walls and he has no hunt and it's a berry tundra. He could potentially have path blocked these a little bit better. And yeah, this is grim already for Soup. And this could be one of those games where you're gonna look at it and be like, dang, Odin got no chance. And it's a bit of a combination. Yep, there's the bolt on that. Gotta get on the don't you might as well just chase the centaur with just 1 unit. Not a lot of units here for Ulysses. They're kind of randomly all over the place. Gotta watch out though, because this centaur. He needs to wall this off. Wall this off. Come on, wall it. You got the gold. You got to do it. Otherwise, these units are just going to turn and come right back in again. Got to make sure you can safely eat this food. He could have walled it off. A lot of hearse here. Man, I bet he wished he could get Forsetti. Oh, too late. Not going to wall it off anymore. Come on. The Kopesha Horus is this one right here. Which would be so good in this matchup. The Herseer would just absolutely hammer these Centaur if they get in range. Yeah, this is needed a wall. He's chasing away here for no real reason. Chasing these hoplites. And because he didn't wall, 1 villager down. 2 villagers down. 3 villagers down. And these Centaur are probably just going to loop around and then coming back and kill the 4th one. And that was a problem, that he did not wall this off. And he could have, but he didn't. He went and chased these units, and it's not worth it. Yep. Okay, just come up here and get this last one. These poor centaurs, or these poor Herseer, just can't get at him. And did kill the centaur here. A very slow and late forest fire. But losing all those villagers there is just so big. And he's going to come up here and hunt. And I'm going to give you a hint. It's not going to work. Because the centaur's going to come up here and flatten them all. Well, the problem with the Valks is that you can make them. It's just that you run out of food. Like, you're getting rated on your food, so the question is, do you have the food to make the Valkyries? You probably don't, as we've gotten a really bad fight here for Soup, who's now... The Herseer, super expensive. 80 food, 40 gold, and they all just died. And that's it, just like that, just so quickly. Soup is over and done. He won the first game. Really impressively played the first game of the series. The second game was a game he could have won and kind of flopped around. This third one was It was an avalanche of problems. He clearly did not expect the centaurs because he surely was not ready for them. Not a wall, not a single wall says moo too cool, and I agree. He did not preemptively wall because he must have assumed Athena was coming. And then he had chances to wall, but walled too late. He went running all the way down here, chasing. Didn't really accomplish much when he could have, like, again, you know, wall, or something. So it's tough. I mean, you do have to play very carefully as the Odin against Zeus. You do. It's not easy. I probably wouldn't win. I'm sure I wouldn't win. But 2-1. Yeah, he has the special hotkey for his walls. Didn't even use it. Come on now. But yeah, well, this was a fun night. Fun situation. Well, the fun situation is I'm about to go to bed. You came in at the end of the series, Dragon AOM. So if you haven't seen the score yet, don't look at the score. Go back, watch the replay. This was a fun series. But don't look at the score. Don't look. I'm trying to block it for you. Blocking it. But yeah, I'm about to go to bed. But thanks everybody for watching. Let's take a look at the post game. It's not really going to tell you a whole lot really in a game like this. I mean, you just see what happened here is that Soup lost a lot of units and killed a very few. And without walls, that's to be expected. Just, I don't even know if we saw any raiding cavalry. Just a lot of infantry. And the centaurs just hammered them. Hammered them. Yeah, sorry you missed the first two. The first one was a really good game. The first game is a really good game. Really enjoyable. But yeah, that's it for tonight. So it'll be a little bit before I'm back again. Family, life. But we'll be back. I'm going to finish this up. So this tournament I'm doing, these are the quarterfinals. I got one more quarterfinal to do. And then we got the semifinals. And then we've got the finals. So we've got at least, depending on how I double them up, if I do, at least 3 or 4 more casts. And I don't know if I'll do them back to back to back. I might mix in a night where I play. But we've got a handful more casts to go with this series. So it's fun. Y'all are awesome. Y'all stay safe, healthy, happy. And I'm going to find a place to send you guys to. So appreciate all of you watching. Appreciate your support. Appreciate the good times. They're all good times. And let's find somebody. Send you guys to how Starco is playing. So we will send you guys to Starco. Look at the kids there. Look at them. But all right, Mateo and Lundberg, thanks for the host earlier. Leap and Walrus, Cuddy Danks with the subscriptions, and Velocio and Snowledge 25 with the follows. So that's it for tonight, everybody. Take care. Have a good one.